So I saw a TikTok earlier comparing the Donald Trump criminal conviction, his 34 criminal convictions for business fraud, to Joe Biden stepping out of the race and transferring the campaign money to Kamala Harris. Now, they're not the same, not even close. And I think anybody with a reasonable mind can see the difference. Donald Trump was convicted of 34 felonies for falsifying his business records to hide the fact that he paid hush money to Stormy Daniels because he didn't want the story to get out because it would be negative to him, he thought, and it would affect his chances of getting elected. They referred to it as legal fees. Michael Cohen paid her the money, called it a retainer on the wire transfer documents. And then when they repaid Michael Cohen, they paid him bonuses and things like that. And they called it all legal fees. So that way they could get around how much extra Michael Cohen was going to get nailed for in taxes, things like that. And the falsification comes in because it wasn't legal fees. It was this NDA payment. If Donald Trump had wrote down in his business ledger NDA payment Stormy Daniels $130,000 and just paid her, he wouldn't be convicted for 34 felonies and there wouldn't have been a trial. It wouldn't have been a thing. And Michael Cohen wouldn't have gone to jail for the same thing. But what Joe Biden did when he stepped out of the race and transferred the money to Kamala Harris, the money was given to the Biden Harris campaign for president. Her name was already on the account. He just took his name off of the account. It would be like if you had a joint account with somebody, a joint checking account at your bank with somebody, and you decided, hey, you know what? I don't need this account anymore. I'm getting my own checking account. They can have the balance left in that account. And you just said, hey, you went to the bank, signed the form you needed to get your name removed from that account. Effectively, that is what it was. It's that simple. They are not even remotely close, but there are going to be people on the right trying to spin it, trying to make some sort of a false equivalency because they both have to do with money and because they think Kamala Harris isn't entitled to the money that was for the Biden Harris campaign, even though her name was part of that. Now, if it had been, if instead of Kamala Harris running, if it was Hillary that ran this time around and they tried to transfer it to Hillary, then there might have been an issue and then they wouldn't have been able to transfer the money. But it's not. She was part of the ticket. It's fine. The FEC has already said it's fine. They are not the same thing. But again, the Republicans and the people on the right are going to try to draw a false equivalency to it because they don't have anything else to campaign on. They don't. The Trump supporters don't have anything to attack Kamala on besides the fact that she's a woman, besides the fact that she's a woman of color, and her heritage, and now this. They're looking for anything. They are grasping at straws, and they are very desperate. But again, they're not the same thing. One was a crime because they were trying to hide what the money was for, and this was just Biden taking his name off the account.